you on this side of the room so you can see the presentation. But the other side of it is, thank you all for coming. Thank you so much. Give yourself a hand for being here. Fighting the traffic to get into Santa Monica, it could be difficult, so thank you so much. I want to bring up the person that, because of them, that we even have this foundation right now. It was their vision to start a foundation, okay? To give back to community youth, because he used to be one. And in fact, I'm going to let him tell a little of his own story because it's a fascinating story about how he got involved. So let's give right now my son, the 10-time U.S. champ, Rahsaan Bahati. Let's give him a hand.
First off, thank you very much, like everyone else has expressed, for coming out. Excuse me, Mother Queen, Queen Mother. Queen. I know you know this story. We're part of the story. Yeah, just want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting what we're doing. Like Iman said earlier, I can't believe, and I said this 2 times, I just came from Bentonville a couple of days ago. It'll be 14 years this March, and that seems incredible actually to think that this was launched almost 14 years ago, and we're still here doing the best we can to change the lives of others who are less fortunate than us. So my dad talked about the story, and I'll try to give you the clip notes because it could be a little long-winded, but I grew up in Compton. My mom and dad are here, and I have 5 sisters and a brother. I believe 3 of my sisters are here. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Shani, Lonnie, Iman. I don't know where the others are. But yeah, growing up in Compton was crazy. I didn't really think that I was actually doing bad stuff. I thought that's what you did. Everybody else was, what's the little video said, doing hood right stuff with your friends. I just thought, you know, that's how you grew up, doing crazy stuff and ditching school, and I used to do all that. And teachers used to say I was going to be a class clown, and I probably was a class clown at some point. But this particular time at Davis Middle School in Compton, it's the story of the boy who cried wolf. I finally went to class one day and needed to get out of class so I could use the restroom. And I was told that I couldn't get out because I always told a lie to get out, and the teacher wasn't having it that day. So in frustration, I threw an eraser at him. And yeah, that was a thug. No, it wasn't really, but just mischievous. But yeah, I threw an eraser at him. No one told on me. I got away with murder, so I thought the next day intervention happened. Someone had actually snitched on me, and I was introduced to the sport of golf or bikes. With, I believe both of y'all was in on this meeting.
Yeah.
Basic intervention, right? And I chose bikes because I thought it was motorcycles, not bicycles. And that's how I got introduced to track cycling, where the 1984 Olympics were held. They had the velodrome was there, where Nelson Bells was the first African American to win an Olympic medal in track cycling. And yeah, I started riding the track, and I hated it. I hated it for a lot of reasons. But then, as the program went on, I just started to fall in love with dipping around the track and all the nuances of track cycling, and then actually seeing bike racing, seeing other people go 35, 40 miles an hour, and then like you're looking up to them saying, I want to go that fast. And so it was something that I wanted to, you know, reach towards. Next thing you know, I was in Kenosha, Wisconsin at Junior Nationals, and I won a bunch of medals, and pretty much the rest is history. I was hooked on cycling, and my first trip, so the following year, I went back to Nationals. It was in Cincinnati, Connecticut. I did horribly. And then it came to San Diego, and that's where I won my first title. I was 15 years old, and my crazy uncle offered me $100 because these are his words. Just quote, "You better beat that white boy." So for $100, I said, "All right, I gotta beat him," because he was beating me the whole time. And I joined the national team, and that was the first time I left the country. I went to Argentina, and I did the Pan American Games, where I got on the podium 2 times, and kind of just took off from there. And it's been an amazing ride. So the reason we're here, I was racing in Europe and not having a great time, to say the least. Those of you who know me know that I'm a sprinter. I love the finish of the race. I love going fast, taking risks at the end. And yeah, I was in Switzerland doing a Swiss stage race. It's funny, we're in a company that's by a Swiss bike shop. Wow. And I wasn't going too well. And a young man that was off the back with me pretty much said, "What do you want to do after cycling?" And I just said, "Man, I want to start a foundation to get more people who look like me on bikes." So remember, I'm in Europe. I don't see anyone of color. Not spectators, no racers, no directors, no mechanics. And I thought it was ironic because in the program that I was in at the velodrome, it was a melting pot like this room. It was black people, white people, Chinese, Asians, you name it, air everywhere. And then when I got to Europe, there was no one that looked like me. So got home and planted the seed with the help of my dad, my mom, family. We had some pro bono work with some attorneys out of Orange County. The foundation was launched, and now we're here almost 14 years later. So thank you for everyone who supports, have supported, will support, and yeah, we're gonna get into the presentation. So thanks for listening to my spiel.
Listen, yeah, press play. We got a little video we want to show you guys right quick.
I'm a true believer that the bike transcends your life, no matter where you come from. When you get on the bike, we're all the same. I was one of those 11 girls that found the sport of cycling at a young age, and it changed how I looked at people. Went to the velodrome where they had the 84 Olympics and saw a bunch of white guys in tights and funny helmets and pointy shoes. First time in my life I was around people that didn't look like me. Next thing you know, I'm racing bikes, and for the most part, the rest is history. The Bahati Foundation, Bahati's my last name, of course, and it means good fortune in Swahili. We're about improving the lives of young people, from all walks of life. We're working with kids in the hood that are predominantly brown and black. It's teaching kids about bike safety, maintenance, health and wellness. We donate bikes to kids every holiday with our generous sponsor, Giant Bicycles. If you like it, it's such a cool bike. Merry Christmas, man! But at the end of the day, it's all about education, music, and sports. Those are the three things that changed my life. It's not about being a bike racer. Somebody had to design that bike. Cycling keeps pushing that envelope. Somebody has to be in charge of that. It can be you. I always say that. It can be you. You could be the person to come up with the next greatest thing in the sport and have a massive impact.